Rise and fall of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was one of the most successful and important empires in the world history. It covered a huge amount of territory. At its height, it reached from today's English and Scottish border in the north to the Egyptian Sudanese border in the south, and from the Atlantic coast of Portugal in the west to the Syrian-Iraqi border in the east. This huge state endured a long time, from the time of the first emperor, Augustus, in the 1st century BCE to the barbarian invasion of the 4th century CE. The Roman Empire lasted more than 400 years. This can be seen in Western art and architecture, literature, philosophy, engineering, and government. Hello and welcome to Factopedia. Are you really excited to know more about the Romans? Before we start, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications by clicking on the bell icon, so that you are notified every time we upload an awesome new video. Origins of Rome. The roots of the Roman Empire go back to the origins of the city of Rome. The traditional date for this was 753 BC, and archaeological evidence points to the original of the 8th century. The city was located in central Italy, early Rome, the upper Mediterranean, which city-states were a prevalent type of state, especially the growing influence of the region. In the early centuries, Rome was ruled by a succession of kings. Sometime during this time, the city fell under the influence of the Portuguese people with a more advanced urban culture than the Romans. The Roman city was ruled along the wall. This was an open space surrounded by colonnades and public buildings. They functioned as a marketplace, political meeting point, and social center. The public buildings surrounding it were the temple, the basilica, the law courts, and the public baths. In its early centuries, Rome was particularly influenced by the powerful Etruscan civilization to its north, from which it acquired many aspects of its culture. As Rome's reach expanded, it came into direct contact with the Greeks. From then on, Greek influence would become an increasingly important element within Roman life. However, the Romans would give Greek culture their own slant, giving it a new grandeur, which can be seen in Roman remains throughout the empire. Except for the brief civil war in 69 CE, noted above, millions of people experienced a high measure of peace during the first 2 centuries of the Roman Empire. The empire was, by pre-modern standards, well run, with a highly sophisticated government machinery which balanced central control with a high degree of local responsibility. Peace led to prosperity. Trade flourished, helped by the empire-wide network of well-built roads. Cities expanded and luxurious villas dotted the landscape in increasing numbers. By the end of the 2nd century, the Romans had long been making their own cultural contribution to civilization in the Western world. In literature and thought, writers and thinkers such as Cicero, Ovid, Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and many more were adding to the vast stock of Greek writings. In painting and sculpture, artists were applying new, warts and all, realism to their work. In architecture, grand buildings were erected with many examples still to be seen today. Perhaps the most extraordinary development during these centuries was one which had nothing to do with the Roman authorities, except their imposed. This was the spread of a radically new belief system called Christianity throughout the length and breadth of the Roman Empire. Christianity spread from city to city, establishing small communities of believers in every province. Crisis. The mid-3rd century was a terrible time for the Roman Empire. The rise of the aggressive new state in the east, when the Parthian Empire was replaced by the Sasanian Empire, meant that large numbers of troops that had now pursued the European frontiers to protect the empire's eastern flank. For about 50 years in the mid-century, the empire experienced near complete anarchy, as emperor after emperor fought its way to the throne, only to be killed within a few years. Barbarian invasions penetrated the Roman territory, leaving many cities ruined. Desperate imperial officials tried to extract extortionate taxes from their unhappy subjects. Extreme inflation gripped the economy. Together with the disruptions of invasion and civil war, this undermined central control of armies and provinces. Large parts of the empire broke away under separatist regimes. Recovery. By the 4th century, the Roman Empire looked to all intents and purposes like a different state to that which had gone before. The army had been transformed out of all recognition. The provincial administration was now a huge centralized centralized bureaucracy. 2, 3, or even 4 emperors ruled at the same time, with none now based in Rome. Young children of both sexes and from a wide range of social backgrounds attended small schools run by slaves or ex-slaves. In better-off households, they were taught at home, also by a slave or a freed man. Schools were held in public places, such as the portico, open common area, of the forum. Socially, this seems to be a much more rigid society than that of the early empire. Millions of Roman citizens had been reduced to the status of serfs on large estates, which would in time turn into the manners of medieval Europe. The 3rd century crisis had left towns reduced in size and wealth, and trade diminished. Reform. The reforms of Trajan and his predecessor saved the Roman Empire from collapse in the 3rd century. They were capped with 2 developments whose effects would long outlast the Roman Empire itself. Most important of these was the conversion of the Emperor Constantine to Christianity and its change of status from persecuted faith to faith of religion. All but one of Constantine's successors were Christians. At the end of the 4th century, it was official religion of the Empire. At the height of the Empire, Rome was currently the largest city on the planet, with more than 1 million inhabitants. The Empire had a handful of other cities with several hundred thousand inhabitants, and many other large and wealthy Roman settlements. These cities had some features which would have looked very familiar to us: diverse apartment blocks, overcrowded streets, busy streets, plazas, holding public administration buildings, and so on. The second development of Constantine's town Constantinople. His new Rome was located on the shores of the narrow sea between today's Greece and Turkey, the modern city of Istanbul. What facts about the Romans interest you? Tell us in the comment section below. The fall of the Roman Empire. At the end of the 4th century, the Roman Empire looked much as it had done at the height of its power in the 2nd century in terms of territorial expanse. However, it was now effectively divided into 2 blocks. The more prosperous half, the east, was ruled from Constantinople, and the west, with the long frontiers to defend, but less wealth to pay for its upkeep, was ruled from the northern Italian city of Ravenna. The major invasion by the Goths in 378, however, left a gaping hole in the empire's defenses. This shocking event was accompanied by a mass invasion of Roman territory from Germany into Gaul and Spain, and even as far as North Africa. Devastating raids by people from Central Asia, the Huns, into the Balkans and Italy added to the empire's woes. But in the event, the threat they posed died down in the 450s after the death of their charismatic leader, Attila. Although temporarily patched up, the Gulf remained within the empire itself. The Western Roman government simply did not have the resources to cope with these catastrophes, and in any case was hampered by having to deal with rebellious generals as well as barbarian chieftains. In the next decades, the barbarian invaders of Gaul and Spain formed themselves into kingdoms, sometimes in alliance with, sometimes in hostility to, the emperors in Ravenna. Rome endured the second side, this time by the Vandals based in North Africa. In the following years, all remaining Roman homeland in Gaul and Spain was taken over by the Roman kingdoms, which, in the early 5th century, marched into and settled Rome in 410. The Roman Warrior. Finally, in 476, the last of the Western Roman emperors, unborn Romulus Augustus, was made to abdicate by the German general, now the king of the empire had been extinguished in the past. But the Eastern Roman Empire remained intact as though the default. It would endure for another 1,000 years. In the process, it faced changes, adapted and readapted itself as times changed. Such was the extent of the change that it experienced that modern historians call it the Byzantine Empire. It would last until 1453, just as the Italian Renaissance was beginning to usher the modern world. If you find this content useful, consider giving a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. And once again, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We hope you enjoyed this awesome video and stay safe until we come up with another awesome video like this.